Gentlemen, let's talk honestly for a moment. After the age of 50, most men start noticing little changes in their bodies that they never really thought about before. Maybe it's waking up at night to use the bathroom, maybe it's a weaker stream when urinating, or maybe it's simply feeling a bit more drained than usual. These things may seem small at first, but they all connect back to a very important part of the male body, the prostate. Now, many men don't like to talk about this gland. It's not something you brag about at a barbecue or bring up in a casual chat. But the truth is, your prostate is deeply tied not only to your comfort and quality of life, but also to how long and how well you live after 50. That's why I want to break it down clearly, in plain language, so you understand why this small gland deserves your attention. The prostate is a walnut-sized gland that sits just below the bladder. Its main role is producing fluid that helps carry and nourish sperm. But after the age of 50, the prostate often becomes more of a concern. That's because it is sensitive to changes in male hormones, especially testosterone and its more active form, dihydrotestosterone, or DHT for short. Over time, shifts in these hormones can cause the prostate to enlarge, a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. This is not cancer, but it can create real problems for daily living, such as frequent urination, urgency, or difficulty starting the stream. Here's the bigger picture, though. When your prostate health declines, it doesn't just affect bathroom habits. It can impact sleep, energy, confidence, and even how active you can remain in your later years. Think about it. If you're waking up 3 or 4 times at night to urinate, you're not getting deep, restorative sleep. If you're not sleeping well, your immune system weakens, your energy dips, and your risk of other illnesses goes up. That means a struggling prostate can set off a chain reaction that quietly chips away at your longevity. Another important point is inflammation. The prostate is prone to chronic, low-grade inflammation as men age. Doctors sometimes call this prostatitis, but even without a full diagnosis, that inflammation can damage tissue over time. When the prostate is inflamed, it's not only uncomfortable, it also creates an environment that may raise the risk for more serious conditions down the road. Let's also consider circulation. A healthy prostate requires good blood flow. When circulation weakens because of aging blood vessels, higher cholesterol, or less physical activity, the prostate doesn't get the oxygen and nutrients it needs to stay strong. Poor circulation can also mean more difficulty with bladder control and sexual function. Again, it's not just about one organ, it's about the whole system of health and vitality that supports long life. Now, why does this matter for longevity? Because your prostate is like a mirror that reflects how well your male body is aging. If your prostate is inflamed, enlarged, or creating symptoms, it usually means that your hormones, circulation, or lifestyle habits need attention. In other words, the health of your prostate is not an isolated issue. It's connected to your heart, your sleep, your energy, and your quality of life. I want you to really think about that. Many men spend time worrying about their heart or their blood sugar after 50, but they ignore their prostate until the symptoms are too strong to brush off. The smart approach is to see your prostate as part of the bigger picture of longevity. Protect it, and you protect more than just your urinary health. You protect your vitality. So, in this first part, the key message is simple. Your prostate matters more after 50 than you might think. It's not only about comfort, it's about how well you sleep, how energetic you feel, and how long you can keep enjoying the things you love. As we move forward, I'll explain the specific daily habits that can either weaken your prostate or strengthen it, and these choices will directly impact how well you age. Now that you understand why prostate health becomes so critical after 50, let's look at the habits that either damage it or protect it. This is where men have real power. Your prostate is not something you're helpless against. The way you live day to day, what you eat, how you move, and how you manage stress directly shapes how well this gland functions as you age. Let's start with the habits that slowly weaken the prostate, because recognizing them is the first step to change. One of the biggest culprits is a sedentary lifestyle. Sitting for long hours without movement puts pressure on the pelvic area and reduces blood circulation. Over time, poor circulation can increase the risk of inflammation and discomfort in the prostate. It also makes urinary symptoms worse, such as urgency or weak flow. That's why long hours behind a desk or sitting in front of the TV without breaks quietly harm your prostate health. Another factor is poor diet choices. Diets high in processed foods, fried meals, and red meat can fuel inflammation in the body. They also increase weight gain, which raises estrogen levels in men and lowers testosterone balance. Remember, your prostate is highly sensitive to hormonal shifts. When your body produces less testosterone and relatively more estrogen, the gland becomes more prone to enlargement. This doesn't happen overnight, but over years it adds up. Next is smoking and heavy alcohol use. These habits damage blood vessels and reduce oxygen supply throughout the body, including the prostate. When blood flow weakens, not only does the prostate suffer, but so do energy, stamina, and immune strength. Alcohol also dehydrates the body, leading to more irritation of the bladder and urinary tract, something that compounds prostate issues. We should also talk about chronic stress. Stress raises levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Elevated cortisol disrupts testosterone production and creates inflammation. Many men don't realize how much stress affects their prostate until symptoms get worse during stressful periods. If you're constantly under pressure, your body never fully recovers, and your prostate takes the hit. Now, let's shift to the positive habits that protect and strengthen the prostate. First and foremost, staying physically active. Exercise increases blood circulation, balances hormones, and helps maintain a healthy weight. All three are vital for prostate health. You don't need to run marathons. Even brisk walking for 30 minutes a day makes a real difference. Add in some strength training and you'll support testosterone levels naturally while keeping your pelvic muscles strong. Second, eating a prostate-friendly diet. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and natural plant compounds are powerful allies. Tomatoes, rich in lycopene, lower prostate inflammation. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower help detox the body and protect against unwanted cell changes. Green tea provides antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress. These aren't magic cures, but when eaten regularly, they support long-term prostate health. Third, staying hydrated. Water helps flush toxins and keeps the urinary tract working smoothly. Many men cut back on water when they notice frequent urination, but this can backfire. Drinking enough water during the day while cutting down on fluids right before bedtime helps reduce strain on the bladder and keeps the prostate area healthy. Fourth, managing stress with intention. Breathing exercises, meditation, or simply taking breaks from constant busyness can lower cortisol and support healthy hormone balance. Remember, less stress means better testosterone function and less prostate irritation. Fifth, regular checkups. Men over 50 should not wait until symptoms are unbearable. A simple blood test for PSA levels and a physical check can help detect problems early. Early detection means more options and better outcomes. Taking the time to visit your urologist isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and responsibility for your future. One more habit that often gets overlooked is sleep. Poor sleep throws off hormone balance, weakens immunity, and increases inflammation. If your prostate is already giving you nighttime problems, it becomes a cycle. Bad sleep worsens prostate health, and prostate symptoms make sleep worse. Prioritizing sleep hygiene, like keeping a consistent bedtime, limiting caffeine late in the day, and keeping the room cool and dark, helps break that cycle. So let's recap this section clearly. The habits that weaken your prostate are sitting too much, eating heavily processed foods, smoking, drinking too much alcohol, and living under constant stress. The habits that strengthen it are moving your body, eating protective foods, staying hydrated, lowering stress, getting enough sleep, and checking in with your doctor regularly. The power is in your hands. These are not complicated changes. They are simple daily choices that add up over years. By protecting your prostate, you're not only making bathroom trips easier, you're also improving your energy, confidence, and long-term vitality. And now, in the final part, we'll connect everything together. We'll look at how the health of your prostate doesn't just affect today, but how it directly shapes your longevity, your ability to live longer, stronger, and with more independence. We've talked about why the prostate matters and the daily habits that either protect it or harm it. Now let's connect the dots to something bigger, your longevity. Because here's the truth. Prostate health isn't just about fewer bathroom trips or avoiding discomfort. It's about how long and how well you live after 50. Your prostate is small, but its impact on your overall system is large. A healthy prostate means better hormone balance, better urinary flow, and less inflammation. Each of those elements plays a role in keeping your body younger and stronger for longer. Let's break that down. First, consider hormone balance. After 50, testosterone naturally declines. That's a normal part of aging. But when the prostate becomes inflamed or enlarged, hormone balance shifts even more. Testosterone levels fall faster, while estrogen levels become relatively higher. This imbalance doesn't just affect sexual health, it impacts energy, muscle mass, and even bone strength. Men with healthier prostates often maintain stronger testosterone activity, which means more energy during the day, less fatigue, and a slower rate of aging. Second, let's look at urinary health. When your prostate is functioning well, you avoid the constant interruptions of urgency, weak flow, or nighttime trips to the bathroom. Good urinary flow allows your kidneys and bladder to work smoothly. That means less strain on the body and a much better quality of rest at night. And as you know, good sleep is not just comfort, it's one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Sleep restores hormones, repairs tissues, and protects the brain. So by caring for your prostate, you're also protecting the healing power of sleep, which is directly linked to longevity. Third, we can't ignore the role of inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of aging. It wears down blood vessels, weakens the immune system, and increases the risk of many diseases. The prostate is a gland that can become inflamed easily if neglected. But when you lower inflammation in the prostate through diet, exercise, hydration, and stress control, you're not just helping that one organ, you're lowering inflammation across your entire body. That slows the aging process and reduces the risk of conditions that cut life short. Now, let's step back and think about what longevity really means. It's not only about reaching 80 or 90. It's about living those years with vitality, independence, and dignity. Nobody wants to live longer if those extra years are spent in constant pain, discomfort, or dependency. Prostate health is directly tied to independence. A healthy prostate means freedom. Freedom to travel without worrying about finding bathrooms. Freedom to sleep through the night. Freedom to enjoy time with family without being distracted by discomfort. That independence is priceless, and it adds quality to every year of your life. Here's another angle: mental health and confidence. When prostate issues strike, many men feel embarrassed or less confident. They avoid social events, limit their activities, and start to feel isolated. Over time, that isolation affects mental well-being and even shortens lifespan. By keeping your prostate healthy, you maintain confidence, connection, and a sense of control over your body. Those emotional factors are just as important for longevity as physical ones. Think about it this way. Every choice you make today is either adding days to your future or taking them away. When you choose to move your body, eat foods that reduce inflammation, get regular sleep, and manage stress, you are building a foundation for years of vitality. When you skip those choices, you invite problems that not only affect your prostate, but also shorten your overall life. One of the strongest lessons from research is this: early action makes the biggest difference. Men who protect their prostate in their 50s often avoid the more severe issues that can arise in their 60s and 70s. Prevention is always better than treatment. And the beauty is, the steps are simple. Eat real foods, stay active, hydrate, manage stress, sleep, and see your doctor. These habits might look small on their own, but together they are powerful tools for extending your life. So, if you take one message from this video, let it be this: your prostate health is not just a man's issue. It's a longevity issue. It's about energy, confidence, freedom, and the ability to live out your years with strength and clarity. Don't wait until symptoms force you to act. Take steps now, and your future self will thank you. And if this video has been valuable for you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Every man over 50 needs this information, and by sharing, you could make a real difference in someone else's life. Stay strong, stay proactive, and remember, longevity is not luck, it's choice, and it starts with your prostate health.